What did Roman legionaries eat? The Roman historian Vegetius once wrote, "More armies are destroyed by hunger than by the sword. Hunger is deadlier than battle." During the Republic, a Roman soldier's diet wasn't much different from that of an average citizen. Early Roman legions were essentially militias made up of ordinary landowning men. Still, these weren't the poorest citizens. Each legionary had to buy his own equipment, so most came from families with some means. That also meant they could pack better food for military campaigns. Even outside of battle, Roman legionaries burned a lot of calories. Long marches took stamina, and every evening soldiers had to build a fortified camp, digging trenches, setting up defenses, and hauling gear. It was hard physical labor. Grain was the backbone of their diet. While Roman peasants often made porridge, legionaries primarily ate bread. It came either as hardtack, called panis militaris, or military bread, or it was baked fresh in the field. The Greek historian Polybius noted that each legionary was issued around 26 kilograms, about 57 pounds, of grain per month. They could make porridge from it, but few liked that. Porridge didn't store well and wasn't practical for marching. Flatbread was the go-to option. Soldiers were organized into squads called contubernia, groups of 8 to 10 men who shared a tent and cooked together. The word literally means those who live together. Each group had a hand mill made of stone to grind their grain. The historian Herodian even wrote that Emperor Caracalla, while on campaign, ground his own grain, kneaded dough, and baked his bread over coals, just like an ordinary soldier. After the Marian reforms, Roman soldiers carried most of their own equipment, but heavy tools like grinding stones were transported by pack mules, along with tents and other large items. Barley, by contrast, was considered a food of last resort. It was given to animals, and only issued to soldiers as a punishment or during severe shortages. Under normal conditions, barley was seen as fit for slaves and gladiators. Meat and animal fat were prized. Soldiers ate pork, lamb, beef, and wild game. One surviving supply list from 39 BC, sent to King Herod of Judea, details the rations for a Roman unit in Samaria. It included wine, olive oil, beef, lamb, and grain. Similar records were found in Egypt, where Roman troops were also stationed. In remote areas like Britain, local food supplies weren't enough. There, soldiers had to raise their own livestock, mainly pigs. Documents from the Roman fort at Vindolanda show that troops ate ham regularly, and even roast suckling pig during holidays. The army even had a dedicated role for this: the pecuari, soldiers responsible for managing the animals that fed the legion. But on deep campaigns, herding pigs or cattle wasn't practical. The historian Ulpian wrote about the hardships faced by Lucius and Lucullus's troops in Spain around 150 BC. They had no wine, salt, vinegar, or oil. They lived on wheat, barley, venison, and hare, roasted plain without seasoning. After experiences like that, the army began including dried sausages in supply trains, preserved meats that wouldn't spoil even in the heat. The diet also featured lentils, peas, cabbage, beets, carrots, turnips, olives, and cheese. The standard drink was posca, cheap wine diluted with water or vinegar. It wasn't intoxicating, but it kept soldiers hydrated on long marches. In areas where wine wasn't available, they drank beer instead. One Roman soldier, Decurion Masculus, wrote a letter to his commander requesting more beer for his garrison in central Britain. Even 2,000 years ago, running out of beer was a serious matter. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. More stories from Roman history are on the way.